Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. All right, let me start by saying I had to really think about how I'm going to present this because I was looking at these plans and I was kind of confused at first. Wasn't really sure how I felt about it. But I had to get myself together and just kind of go back, take it back to an old video I did, which we'll cover real quick so you can see the differences to really kind of get an idea of what's different here and what's happening. But obviously, I know what's happening. The obvious here is Metro has updated their pricing. With that are some new differences, some new perks, whether a consumer might find useful or not. There's been a little switching around, some price adjustments and modifications, if you will, to how everything is being done. And this is all part of T-Mobile's, as a result of T-Mobile's acquisition with Mint and Ultra. T-Mobile now has a lot of plans they have to manage from different companies. Okay, there's four companies in total right now that is pretty much run by T-Mobile, and things have to change in order for them to be able to keep all of these companies in business. Otherwise, they would have consolidated into one company, and that's not allowed right now. The FCC is not going to allow that, so they have to keep four companies separate to keep things regulated and precise or good, if you will. So as a result, Metro's updated their plans. They're calling this the Metro Flex plans. So taking a quick look, we have 3 tiers, just like previous. The first plan is the start plan. This is $50 a month with autopay, $55 for the first month because, autopay wouldn't have kicked in yet. So it's a little bit more for the first month, it looks like. On this plan, you get 8 gigabytes of hotspot data, 100 gigabytes of Google One membership, and 1 year of VIX Premium subscription on us. The next plan, Metro Flex Up. This is $60 a month with autopay, $65 for the first month. On this plan, you're getting 25 gigabytes of hotspot data, 100 gigabytes of Google One membership, 1 year of VIX Premium subscription on us, and unlimited texting to 210 plus countries and destinations. Lastly, we have the third plan, which is the premium, I'd call the more premium plan of the 3, the Metro Flex Plus. With this plan, you get everything that the Up plan has on top of Prime benefits. So if you're a big Amazon Prime member, fanboy or girl, this is the plan for you. You get Amazon Prime. And with that, you get, as mentioned, everything from the Up plan plus free 2-day shipping. Notice how it says free 2-day shipping. That's Amazon, of course, for you, changing things around. Remember when it was free 1-day shipping? Well, anyway, that's Amazon changing things. Next, you get Stream with Prime Video, free games with Prime Gaming, and then listen to ad-free music with Amazon Music. So that's cool. All the cool benefits of Prime, plus everything in Up for $70, taxes, all in, everything is $70. So not a bad plan if you think about it. If you want a more premium plan from Metro by T-Mobile and you want all those perks that everything that the Up plan has, and then all the Prime benefits too. So it's not bad. Plus you get, like I said, you get the VIX, you get the 25 gigs of hotspot. Not a bad looking plan. It's not that much for a single line. Obviously, the more lines you add, I think it goes down. Yeah, it gets a little cheaper when you add more lines. All right. So depending on how you feel about these plans, we're going to stack it up. I have one old video that I did where I talked about the old plans. Some of you may have a phenomenal memory and have the old plans memorized in your head of what everything was. If so, you're very smart because this plan, the start plan and the Up plan were already there. And they were the exact same price. So let's go ahead and take a look here. See if we notice the $50 plan, which is $50 now, called Start. Here it was just, they didn't have names. It was just $50 plan. But if you look, all these benefits are the same, right? Nothing's changed here. See? Same thing. Same thing. Now, if we look over at the $60 plan, which is what they're calling the Plus plan now, okay, same thing. Everything's the same. The hotspot amounts are the same, 25 gigs, 210 countries, 100 gigabytes of Google Premium, Google One membership. The Scam Shield, the T-Mobile Tuesdays, which is now called T-Life, all that's the same. So the only things that have changed is the $40 plan has been removed from the 3 tiers that you're seeing. And it was it was replaced by the Metro Flex Plus plan. So they basically turned the $50 plan, the $40 plan into the $50 plan, and so on. So they basically just got rid of the $40 plan. Everything else, the first 2 plans are exactly the same price, no changes in prices. They just added a premium plan, which is the Plus plan, primarily for Prime members who love Prime membership. All right, so now you have to ask yourself, is that third plan worth your time, your money? Will you use it enough? All right, so did want to show you this. The $40 plan is not dead. It's still around, but it's changed quite a bit. It's completely different, actually. Instead of getting the unlimited data on that plan, you're now getting 10 gigabytes with autopay, $45, of course, for the first month. So they made changes on that. They're basically giving you a budget way to have Metro by T-Mobile service, but it's going to be far less. It's still not the worst, not the worst plan when it comes to saving money, because there are MVNOs that are using T-Mobile that are more expensive than this. You could be paying $40 plus taxes and fees for 10 gigs. So it's still not the worst. Obviously, it was better when it was $40 for unlimited. I'm not going to deny that. What T-Mobile is doing here, folks, is making adjustments to all their plans. T-Mobile will be the more prestigious premier type product, right, of their services. The T-Mobile postpaid and prepaid under the T-Mobile name will be their more expensive inline type of product. And it looks like they've graduated and promoted Metro to the second higher premier type service, as we can see adding in this Plus plan here, a more expensive, more premium version of Metro, if you will, giving members a little bit more benefits. Now, Metro, when it was Metro PCS, they did things like this all the time. They had premium plans, attractive looking plans, bound the same price, and we saw these kind of benefits. Then when it was taken over by T-Mobile, we started to see some watered down version of Metro, right? It was like the plans got cheaper. We didn't have a problem with it. We liked it. We wanted the cheaper version of Metro. And some of you are probably still like, well, I want my $40 plan for unlimited. I don't care about hotspot because I use it with Visible or I use it with another company. I don't use Google One membership. I don't care about VIX. And that's what you're probably thinking. And I'm agreeing with you. Again, these plans are changing because T-Mobile is changing the way that they do business. They're redefining themselves, pretty much, it looks like. They're going through a personality change. It's because they have more plans and services to manage now. They have to categorize the importance of it, the level of premiumness through all of it, right? There's going to be QCI changes, certainly. So it'll go T-Mobile, Metro, probably Mint will be third in line as premium, and then lastly will be the watered down Ultra Mobile. You will get the slowest QCI and probably the least amount of value for your plans, but it'll get the job done. That's how it's going to be. Mint will see changes. I think in 12 months after the price lock guarantee on their plans is up, we'll see some redefining in the pricing there and what you get for your money as well. We'll see how it goes. We don't know if it'll be better, more value for your money, less value for your money. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be better or worse, but we'll have to stick around and see. So that's basically our update here. Feel free to sound off down below your comments and suggestions. Everyone's got an opinion about this, and there's not really a wrong opinion because at the end of the day, you're the consumer. If you don't like the plans, you don't see the value in it, you're not willing to pay enough, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't fit your description of what you need for a plan. So that's what I say. There's not a right or wrong answer here. I just think T-Mobile is just trying to, redefine their name. They're trying to rebuild themselves, get more respect from investors, right? I mean, T-Mobile has always been considered the fun carrier, never the carrier that like most businesses immediately went to. You would usually, if you were in someone, of a premium stature, a doctor or a lawyer or whatever it is, CEO of a very large tech company, you most likely were looking for a more reliable service, which usually fell in the lap of AT&T and Verizon. T-Mobile has gotten better, more reliable in rural communities. There's been some advancements with the network, and they have gotten better, and they're taking note of that, and they're probably feeling like, well, we're getting more reliable, we're getting more premium, maybe we need to charge more of a premium price so we can be taken more serious. And, a lot of customers early on, and including consumers that watched these videos, felt T-Mobile sold themselves short a long time ago, and that was part of why they were being considered not taken as serious. T-Mobile took different routes to get customers. They gave away a lot of great perks, and it worked. A lot of great perks. They made their pricing more competitive, and it scared the living daylights out of Verizon and AT&T at first, because they don't want to budge on their worth. They feel they know their value and what their network is worth. AT&T is, they charge mostly on service and the reliability. Their perks are not really good. They don't offer much. The plans are very watered down and bland. You're paying for the reliability of the network, the name, and the value that the network itself brings, not VIX or Amazon Prime or benefits that, to be honest, some consumers don't even use. They're just basing it on, you got a great network, we believe in it, and this is what we're charging, and we're not compromising. And they haven't. They just basically do what they want, AT&T, and if consumers don't like it, they don't seem to care. They haven't really budged very much on the plans. In fact, they've actually lowered the QCI, making it more annoying for consumers, and then offering you a way to buy it back. So that takes guts. AT&T, with all the competition going on, they're not having it. They don't care. And Verizon, they're kind of like in the middle. They believe in their value. They know their worth as far as their network is, reliable and what it's worth. But they're also, kind of mixed bag about it. They feel differently. They want to keep the customer somewhat satisfied and not kind of play the same game as AT&T. And then it was, like I said, it was always T-Mobile budgeting and being the more affordable and competitive carrier. But we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming when the acquisition happened. We knew there would be some changes to the plans. We don't know everything that's going to happen, but we know now what's going on with Metro. So if Metro's going up and Metro's getting more premium, expect more premium from T-Mobile. As I've said before, I only hope that T-Mobile, when they raise those prices more, most likely, or at least, I mean, I think it'll go up, to be honest. My thought is it's probably going to get even more expensive, but I could be wrong. But either way, if they raise prices, it better be worth it, because a lot of consumers do not have the money to afford such expensive plans. And for the ones that sacrifice certain things to be able to afford those plans, because that's what they want, they better make it worth it, because there's a lot of customers that are going to run to Visible simply because it's of good value. It's Verizon's network, which is reliable. If anything, just as reliable as T-Mobile. I can't tell you who's more reliable. It's network specific. It's market specific. To each his own. Where you live, you may have a better network with T-Mobile. You may have an area that supports T-Mobile better, or it could support Verizon better, or you may live in a large city that kind of gets it all. And then, well, that's where it'll hurt them if they're not price competitive, value competitive. That's when they'll feel it, because you have options. But if you're in some small little town in the middle of nowhere and the only thing that works is, one of those carriers, well, then that's when it gets tougher, you know? So yeah, I mean, it really just depends, guys. One last thing, and then I'm wrapping this up. If you're on the $25 Metro plan, you may want to consider keeping that line for as long as you can, whether you use it a lot or not. That plan has great value now, and I don't know if it's still being offered. I don't know if you call Metro today and said, I want to get on that $25 plan. I don't know if they still offer it. I may call for science just for fun, and I'll let you guys know whether or not they're still offering it. But that might be a done deal. We all know that we could call that number and get them to switch us over. It was basically the $40 plan for $25. And we know now that the $40 plan is only 10 gigs now. So there's a huge difference. So I recommend, if you have that plan, keep it. Like I said, it's like it's worth its weight in gold right now, because, everything's changing with the plans. So exciting stuff here, interesting stuff at the very least. I don't know if I'd call it exciting. Price hikes are never good, but interesting is more of the word that I want to use, to see where T-Mobile will take all this, and to see if they can get away with it, to see if it's really that competitive, or that out of the park from where other carriers are charging what they're charging, to see if T-Mobile can pull that off. How many customers will still stay with T-Mobile being considered a more expensive service now than it was? I guess if the service gets that much better over the next year, maybe they can get away with it. I don't know. Just a lot of stuff. I'm not really sure how to feel about all this. Comment down below in the comment section if you want your thoughts, how you feel about this, where you think this is gonna turn for T-Mobile, the end result. Will they come back down on prices if it gets too high? Customers, will they leave? I don't know. A lot of stuff. Interesting stuff. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. And to the real ones that watched the whole video, this is, considered a podcast video. I like to sometimes do them a little longer. Hope you enjoy it. I don't expect everyone to sit around for the whole thing. I'll leave the Metro by T-Mobile link down below in the description for you. You guys can go straight to the plans. No partner link, just throwing that out there. Just make it easy for you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.